y'all. 1 second.
How y'all come up with this scheme for this desk? Denzel did the whole thing?
Yeah.
He did the whole thing.
I eat ass right there in the middle.
No, that's
I don't know why they keep saying I eat ass. Like I say that shit all the time on the show.
Nah,
I don't know why they said it. I don't know. Like I said it every show. I don't know why.
Hold on,
I just saw your story yesterday.
You
said that story.
You don't say it every show. You say it every
We live, baby. I say it every show, every story.
But her name was Samantha.
Oh my God. Sammy. We call her Sammy.
Sammy?
I'll put my shades on.
We going back to the shades thing again, huh?
I had a rough night last night. I woke up this morning like somebody beat the fuck out of me. Hey! Are we live? Is that live?
You said you had a rough night?
Live, shouldn't you? Yeah, I got a lot of ass.
Alright, man.
Not safe for ears. Is your man coming up?
Damn,
Hey, Wes, where you at, baby?
Man, they should all be in the car.
Yeah, he coming up.
Damn, yo, you got anybody have extra hats on?
No, I do not.
Hold up. Yo, can you hear me that? No, I can't wear that sweatshirt again. Huh? Well, we're gonna cut this.
You can't cut live.
That-
It goes right up.
No, you go up. You download it.
No. This is good live. Right here in the middle. You saw the real pop up?
You see his face?
Listen, not safe for ears. What's this, episode 5?
Yeah.
Episode 5?
No, this is 6.
It's episode 6?
Damn.
We got the ceremonial drink.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? You know how we do.
Make sure.
First of all, let's say a fuck you to Denzel. Trying to live life.
He out there in Las Vegas.
Out Vegas.
You left me, bro.
Left your fam. Petty. So we fucking all over your house. We fucking all over your house. We got a bunch of stinky, dumb dog prostitutes. Come on in, Wes. What's up, brother? Hey, we got another guest here too today. Let's introduce our guest real quick.
Alright.
Let's go. You got to close the Malays. Pause. Let's go. How you doing, bro?
What's good, bro?
Hey, Daddy? I believe in aliens too, by the way.
You do?
I believe in man. Yeah, we can fit in here. We got another chair. We had another chair.
We had another. We had 4 other chairs.
Yeah, right. So,
Damn.
I ain't seen on nobody.
Fuck you.
No, that's show.
Hey, yo, the crypto traders can laugh up.
See this another chair anyway.
Go ahead.
Okay. So let's let our guests introduce themselves, so I don't fuck up no handles and or names. Let's start from the closest to my left. Who's standing in technically for Denzel, who ain't shit.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Wes.
That's
you know.
Oh,
my bad.
Oh, yeah, we got you with the chair.
Good?
No, we're not good.
Yeah.
Danny halfway
I'm
up.
feeling real.
Ass off this couch.
I'm feeling real sandwiched over here, dog.
Yeah,
I'm feeling.
We definitely might try. Good now?
We good now? Yeah. Marvin, you in there? Make sure you in the camera. You in there? We real tight. Okay.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Denzel's calling me right now.
Man, Denzel, stay on the fucking phone.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Denzel, you're not a part of the
Man, fuck you. No, we got bro down. No, fuck you, bro.
I'm filling in for one of the co-hosts, Denzel. I'm his brother, Damon Marshall. You know, I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur. I have a focus on building profitable websites. I got a website right now where we sell men's streetwear, topshelf7.com. Definitely check that out. Yeah, that's my focus right now.
All right. My name is Wes. I'm an actor, entrepreneur.
It's not.
I'm also a cryptocurrency investor. I think you are too.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a conversation later.
Yeah.
All right, good.
And I also consider myself a philosopher too. So in case anybody's wondering.
And he believes in extraterrestrial life or the possibility of it.
Yes, I do.
Yes. And y'all know who we are, right? But let's go ahead and just jump into it. Marv, give me your hand doing. Say
Marvin, MG2_fit, personal trainer, entrepreneur as well. I also do photography. Make sure you guys check me out. Innovative Images and Modal Fitness. First session free. Pass that right to my man Dan.
Yeah, so I'm Nick. I'm a Muay Thai trainer.
I got big.
Work hard, stand-up comedian. You know, just follow me, Nick with a K, KNICKY_Nick. Thanks, guys.
We'll keep this going. I'm Danny Lips. I'm strong as shit. how much a bitch get? Like 5,000-6,000 pounds. Get hella bitches. Got hella money.
I mean,
What else we gonna keep going? What we got?
Huh?
What else we gonna say?
So I'm also Nick.
So this is episode 5. We're gonna jump right into it. So I hope someone writes some topics. If not, let's do that now.
Spitball it.
Well,
hit your top first.
Well, hold on. Let's let them, especially you, to stand in. And what you do? What do you actually do? You talk about e-commerce. You talk about building websites. What can you give us more? Explanation of what you do?
I build online stores right now. Basically using the platform Shopify and advertising through social media, digital marketing like Facebook advertising. So that is my main expertise in getting ads out using social media platforms and Facebook.
What made you want to jump into that?
I asked myself, what did I want my life to look like?
Nice.
Mainly, seriously. And, I come from running retail businesses in the mall. I've been in Columbia Mall selling t-shirts,
jamming,
Towson, Arundel Mills, running my business, but having to be present and doing so every single day. And I got to a point where, that wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. I wanted to do something where I could be free from location. And e-commerce allows me to do that.
I did. And how long have you been doing it?
6 months now.
6 months now.
6 months.
Is it something you feel like anyone get into, or is it something that you?
Yeah, you can get the great thing about it is you can get a website up, a business started today.
Oh wow.
A couple hours.
Right.
Literally that fast.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. You can start. You can have an idea right now, something you want to sell online, and have a website up selling by tomorrow.
So you help people. You're like a facilitator as far as helping someone who maybe have no background. I am. I'm gonna let y'all get in here. But if somebody had no idea what they were doing and they had maybe a product or avenue they want to jump into, they would contact someone like yourself.
100%.
And work it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
And do you take food stamps or?
We don't take food stamps. You take Bitcoin now. Yeah.
You take Bitcoin. Okay.
Bitcoin.
You guys got any questions for him before we move to the next guy?
Eddie, you wanna go first?
So at what point will you begin to take food stamps?
When will you begin? If you haven't heard, you take food stamps is what Danny said. Listen, we got a whole bunch of food stamps and we need some help with this website.
Oh, I can't.
We'll talk off camera. Everybody loves steak.
We're trying to work out.
My man West,
Yes, sir.
who last week gave us a cool, dope ass question about extraterrestrial life. He's on the show today. Give him some of your background, anything you want to bring up.
Alien probing.
Well, yeah, I am an actor. I do.
So you for real acting? I thought you was almost joking.
No, I'm for
All right, dope. All right, yeah. That's
I'm actually about to get my SAG card pretty soon.
SAG. Tell them what SAG is.
SAG is basically the union for all the film actors. You need it to go to the next stage if you want to get any gigs in like Hollywood. I mean, in Maryland, you can make it so much without your SAG card or an agent. But once you get on a different level, you're gonna need that. All actors have it. It's just like a minimum requirement. It's like a GED.
Okay.
And
you need a certain amount of credits. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need some vouchers, but you got to work on some legit sets to get the vouchers. So you need about 3 of them.
So is this just like a homegrown talent, or was this something that you study for and everything?
I've been training I train in theater and I train in film. But it does come from the heart. It is homegrown to a certain extent, and then you just try to work on your craft. That's what you take classes.
Right. So is there any like particular films that you kind of like are want to get into as far as like just action, drama, comedy? Like
honestly, I've been dibbling dabbling in comedy recently. Drama is I really love drama, and I didn't growing up. Action to me, it's fine, but I don't, I think it's overrated. The action that's out now, other than like the multi-million-dollar, Marvel studio,
Black Panther.
Right. Yeah, but I like all genres.
Don't worry, we got you.
We got you. So yeah.
And where did you draw that inspiration from, or was there a specific actor that you saw and you was like, you know what, I'm really gonna take this to the next level?
Honestly, when I was a kid, I used to love martial arts, like Jean-Claude Van Damme films, and me, I always was like a hyper kid. I had ADHD. Right. They put me on really. We all got that. We all got that shit. So part of my medicine was watching these films, like, oh shit, and then when I got older, I never had the courage to actually do it, and I always had like a stage fright, and I always had insecurities about myself that everybody has. And then one day, I just woke up and I was like, what? Let me give it a shot. Let me see what I really have to do to succeed if I want to do that. And I started taking classes and it started working for me. I started booking auditions. I started getting paid, and I was like, wow, I can really do this. So, it starts from there. It starts from within, and, you just got to have that confidence and believe in yourself.
So, should we get your autograph now? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's saying. I mean,
I sound baby.
My firstborn, I'm about to have one in May. I'm gonna right on the forehead, right on the
So, quick thought experiment. I think it'd be fun. What role would he play? Just think of a role in a movie. I'm saying he fucked with somebody's cousin at the cookout, right. And the dude run up on him, and then I ain't gonna say you probably can fight, but you probably get beat up. It's gonna be like, you know the stereotype, right? You know the stereotype. You can't fight. That's why I fight.
Yeah, wow.
You can't fight. But at the end of the day.
I mean, even Kevin Gates said it.
Yeah, you know how I go. All right, so he's the cheating cousin at the cookout who they jump.
This is Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Listen, which is money, right? It's a Tyler Perry movie. And it's gonna be a fake ass little one hitter. Ain't gonna be like, cut that.
I'll come back from it.
Right, you be good. Yeah, I mean, you still fuck the cousin. What y'all think? What a role you think he'll play?
Wow.
All right, so I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
I would say like the new black friend of like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a dope role.
Thank you. I'll take that.
You don't want to be the cheating cousin? I'm sorry.
I actually played the cheating cousin. I
told you this. Did I not call it? Did I not call it? I called it, right? I said, what am I usually when I act? I don't act.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, thank you for that.
Yeah, I can see that.
What you got, Mark? You have more time. You ain't got nothing?
Nah.
Make up something.
Just out of the blue. Come on, you got me.
The longer you wait, the weirder it seems. Right. So we're going to go to KAP.
Go ahead.
You know the man. What role you think he'll play?
See?
Knowing him, you have more of an insight than he did.
I don't have more of an insight.
No?
I've never seen him act before.
Well, you know him outside of
his
pool
party, remember?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Acting at the pool party. You know?
I was.
He was acting. He was spitting that game.
For the women,
a lot of acting. I really like you.
I see.
I was like, don't look at my calves. Don't look at my calves.
I think I'm saying that.
What is that?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. You see him playing Tyler Perry?
No.
Oh.
He see him in the jersey?
I say,
that's fucked up.
Hey, look, either way, it's good.
I don't even want to come off that way. I've never seen you act before. I don't know what roles you really want to play, but for looking, Tyler Perry.
That's a come up.
That's definitely
all right. So now Tyler Perry
back to me.
Tyler Perry. All right, you got
Tyler Perry, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 3.
I think it'd be like.
I
think you could actually no. I was gonna say I think he could probably be in like one of them born supremacy joints, like as one of the underlying political dudes that behind the scenes, not necessarily out there in action, but the dude who's relaying the messages. Hey,
like the CIA,
like one of the CIA
logistics. Background tech guy or something.
You can play one of those Michael Ealy roles or something.
There it is.
Man, that's cool.
That's a good thing.
Like Barbershop 4.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
That could be a barbershop.
I don't know how many barbershop like Saul. You don't know how many fucking these. He's gonna see this shit like yo. New barbershop coming out. I don't know. It's a double header with Saul. I don't fucking know.
Stop watching Saul.
Yo, the new one is alright, but the acting is terrible.
I can't do torture no more.
See, that's my thing.
I can't.
I used to. I was cool with it coming up. I got to a certain age. I'm like,
I don't even like watching people break their arms and shit. Like,
hearing the cracking and seeing people.
That's where I'm sick.
Putting salt in people's
that's
why I'm clapping.
I'm like, yo, break that thing.
Honestly, I didn't really mind those movies until I started like traveling internationally.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hostel, that's a real situation.
I can't. You know what?
That's a real situation. Like I remember because I was literally talking. I was talking to 2 like locals. I mean, this wasn't even off the mainland. I was just talking to them in Mexico, right? Mm-hmm. And they were like, hey, let's come back to our hotel. I'm thinking, not today. I said, you almost got me.
He said he got a good heart.
Once they start paying for drinks, I always get nervous. The Hostel ruined that for me.
There's a scene I'll never forget in Hostel. This is maybe one reason why.
I know.
This is the first Hostel.
I know exactly.
Hostel.
Oh my God.
It was the Achilles cut. Yo, he wakes up. He's not strapped down to anything. The door's open. He says, I got this. He gets up and his Achilles splits because they do pre-cut it.
Nah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was a bad moment.
The climax
it went from
you know what I'm talking about.
to like
I can't remember.
He thought he was about to be out, and then
That's by far.
And then the pain and the
I thought you were talking about when he got castrated. That's what I thought.
I mean, that's bad too.
Oh, that was in the movie too.
There was no hope. He knew it was happening.
Right, but he was talking shit, and I'm like,
I also tore my Achilles.
oh
yeah. When I saw that, I was like,
and then you can relate with
God.
Yeah, that shit.
Imagine that door open. You're just like, yo, thank the Lord. You bestowed upon me this grace.
it always when you have an injury, and I just had surgery on my right shoulder.
God damn it!
I dislocated it.
With the shoulder crew.
Fucking around, right?
Shoulder crew.
I actually got the surgery last month. This is 4 weeks in recovery, and I can't lift. It sucks. So I've just been doing legs and trying to do some cardio, but yeah, when you see somebody, hit the same injury, it's just like, oh man, it just touches your soul. I can't watch that shit. I feel like I can't watch it.
It's like watching the Gordon Hayward injury in basketball, right? It made me like, do I really need to be out there?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
I don't get paid to play basketball.
Yeah, right.
Like, no,
Right.
I feel like
Insurance don't cover this shit.
Like to this day, I still have a lot of people that hit me up say, "Hey, yo, we have like this, sports league or football league. We're doing like 2-hand touch or like blah 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 or tackle, like semi-pro." And I'm like, I was getting injured and they were paying for school. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, right.
And then,
and they might make you pay for it.
Nowadays, when I watch the games, I'm kind of like, I remember what those hits felt like. And I don't know how the hell when we injured every play.
Did y'all play football too?
Mm-hmm. I didn't play football. Well, who's a fighter? You said you was a fighter?
I fought.
Okay.
For those who are watching.
No, he's actually,
bitch, you ain't no fighter. I have a few fights.
He's actually fought for money.
And you didn't have insurance either, did you?
No, I did not.
And I know that because I trained at ground control for a little bit.
What location? Oh,
Los Mills.
We brothers now, bro. Jake, you know Jake and them?
I know Jake. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jake, you motherfucker! Chris, all them stickles.
This is a while ago. It was years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I know, and I know you guys. My boy Malachi, he fights. I don't know if you know Malachi.
The same name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I remember he broke his hand. I'm like, bro, you got insurance? He's like, nah. I'm like, what the fuck you fighting for? But I mean, hey, I don't judge anybody, but
it's the same cost benefit of risk reward you were
right,
talking about.
Yeah.
Like you want to do it. For me, it was like a bucket list thing. So I'm gonna learn how to break dance. I'm gonna learn how to sing. I'm gonna learn how to act. I'm gonna do everything before I die. No matter the quality of what I do, I just want to do it.
Too early for me,
But when I banged my knee up, it was like,
this
man.
is Johnny Walker, brother.
Oh, I don't even do whiskey, but thank you.
I'm trying
to kill a man, you know that.
We're trying to hospital.
That's right.
But I know the pain. You guys also talked about your interest in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's crazy because
I don't. All right, listen. You guys know rather we can keep it layman. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
is.
For me too.
I don't know if it's crypto.
It's crazy how I knew he was in it.
Don't do that.
You don't even know.
Why would you do that, yo?
But we got the same barber.
And you Adrian?
Yeah, that's my boy.
Oh shit!
And
shout out to Adrian.
Yeah, what's up, man? And we always talking, chit chatting, and he's like, yeah, I got a guy. He's a young dude, got a good head on his shoulder, blah blah blah. He showed me a picture. He's like,
you saw him?
That's my boy, brother, and shit. I know him.
That's my guy, yo. Yeah. Every time I get my hair cut, me and Adrian always chop.
I don't go to nobody else, man, except for one Dominican dude, but
Dominicans always.
That's the reason I started that the Facebook group. Right, because we're not engaged enough, right, in the black community specifically, and just investing in general.
That's true.
In general,
yeah.
Cryptocurrency is just one of those things. Where it's like, I feel like I missed out on the wave that already happened. Right, like I knew what Bitcoin was back in 2000.
Me too. I remember hearing.
I was young, I wasn't really. It's Bitcoin, whatever. I could have took $50. $50. How many times you went in the mall and blew $50?
I'm gonna tell you to be honest.
Perfect segue. So how would someone jump in? If right now they're listening the first time, they've never heard of any of this. What are the actual steps into getting into something like this?
In the Bitcoin, sell your car.
That's called crack. That's called crack, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's called meth.
It's an app you can get called Coinbase. It's the easiest app in the world. It's like super user friendly.
Okay.
Actually, it was the most downloaded app. I think in December.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it's definitely the go-to for beginners.
What's the name of it again?
Coinbase.com.
Coinbase.com.
Yeah, it's an app. You get it.
So you buy your coin. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy pieces of it. It's not like regular stock shares.
Okay.
But if you buy like a Tesla share, you got to spend $300-$400 on it. Bitcoin is like what, 10,000 right now, so you can buy $100 worth. I think $100 is the minimum right now.
It's back to 10.
They have a
I
minimum.
thought it was like 8, 9.
Well, yeah, it fluctuates.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Bitcoin. The volatility is like you gotta have the nerves of steel,
right?
Because you can fuck your whole day up you know, looking at you, oh my God, I'm down $3,000. I'm down $10,000. It just fucks with you. Like,
don't break the golden rule.
Can we cuss?
Yeah. Man, fuck. You better say fuck. Say one fuck.
Huh?
So this motherfucker go ahead and fuck it up though.
What? So,
but hey, you do, like, most black people, we don't have any investments. We don't own any assets. You know, so we do want to, you know, push our people towards actually having some assets, and, you know, you can pass it to your kids later on. It'll be worth something, you know, double, maybe triple by the end of the year, you know, hopefully, you know.
So what do you guys think about the stability of the actual?
Well, right now it's real volatile, but the technology is solid, and I think that, you know, as far as how the banking is and how the world is, like, we're moving into a real technological age where it's going to be like the standard for, like, banking, and, you know, it's like Apple before Apple was, you know, like the internet before the internet was the internet. You know what I mean? So, I mean, to get on it now, I think it's still early.
Definitely still early.
Yeah.
Still a good time to jump into it.
Yeah,
like you were saying, it's almost sometimes you feel like you missed the wave and
you
don't even want to jump into it. Like, man, fuck it.
What's happening now is that there are things called altcoins, right? They're alternative coins. Aside from the main three, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, those are the only ones you can get on Coinbase.
And Bitcoin Cash,
right? Oh yeah,
which every, you know,
I had to get. I
think actually works against Bitcoin. But,
yeah, it does.
But, you know,
I had to get cracking to get anything else.
This is why I think it's a good investment for people, because the barrier to entry is so small. You know, when you think about risk, and you ask yourself, all right, if you had to put up $200, a couple $100 that can maybe change your life, a couple $100 if you took that and bought some Litecoin this time last year, you probably made it 100 times over by now.
So do you feel like when you saw it back in 2010 when it popped up, was it one of those things where you weren't sure if you wanted to take the risk, or was it just
I didn't even put enough thought into it.
That
was
me. Okay,
so you just looked at it, whatever. It was just
like,
Bitcoin, this sounds cool, and you forget about it the next morning. You know,
I'm gonna be honest. The only people that got into Bitcoin early, except for like super nerds, are people that were buying drugs, real shit, because the deep web, the dark web, you know, you can buy drugs sent straight to your mama's address. Right out front.
Who said them?
So it's crazy.
And now a message from our sponsors.
So unless you were buying, you know, and you can buy anything on there. You can buy the Hitman, the guns.
Yeah, I've heard about that. All types of shit. Yeah.
And there's a lot of messed up shit on there too. But that's the only people other than, you know, nerds that were really into Bitcoin.
Right.
But no, it's funny you said the thing about nerds. So like one of my greatest regrets, and I try not to hold on to too many of them, but this is one. 2012, my sophomore year in college, right? I knew of Bitcoin, but it wasn't in terms of like an investment, like research. I knew of it because a lot of kids are using it in online gaming. Right?
Yeah, I did.
And so it was supposed to be the currency that was going to blow up and be exclusively online. And so being a sophomore, you know, jock in college, you know, scholarship at defensive tackle, I'm like, I say it can never be that big. It's just a bunch of geeks. I mean, I'm not even going to invest in it. At the time, it was trading for 8 cents a share. That's
for a second, right?
I don't want to think about it. So it's 8 cents a share, okay?
2 months ago, Bitcoin was $20,000.
But here, so I did the math. I did the math because, you know, I did the math over some really
bro.
No, hold up. Some really, really good whiskey. I did the math over that. So it was traded at 8 cents a share. That semester, I got a refund check of $2,500. Right? Had I put $2,500 into it when it was trading at 8 cents a share, that money back when it was $20,000 would have been worth $646 million.
That's insane.
And the only reason I didn't is because I was like, this is for nerds.
But here's the thing. Right, that's true. You would have sold before it got to 19,000, 20,000. You'd have sold at like 1,000.
Right.
You'd have sold at $3. Tell the truth.
No, all the time.
You know
I sold at $3. I sold at $1 for real.
And this is why now where we are in
2000. As broke as I was in college,
how do you feel about beginners investing in Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin right now?
I feel like Bitcoin is still the granddaddy. I think they're working on the scaling issues because right now, I haven't traded Bitcoin recently, but if I send you $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, the fee would be like $100. That's why people use it as a store of value versus a currency. Now, there's other altcoins that you can use for currency, like Litecoin or Monero. You know, and those coins to me have more use function. You know, Bitcoin is like the first one. It's like we respect it. It's the OG. You know what I'm saying? But as far as usability, there's better coins out there as of right now. But I still think Bitcoin is still a good store of value. It's like gold. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't personally invest in Bitcoin at this point. I wouldn't tell anybody to invest in Bitcoin at this point. And that's just my opinion, because I feel like most people don't have $10,000 to just say, all right, you know what, I'm about to get Bitcoin right now, right? And if you got $10,000 to get into crypto, I still wouldn't tell you to buy Bitcoin because you're only getting one, right? And this really is about how many of these you have, right? Like back when you said when it was 8 cents, you could have took $8 and had a good amount of Bitcoins.
Could we all agree to stop mentioning that's really hurting me?
No, but look,
I know. Like my heart's been beating.
Could we just erase that? Like that never fucking happened. Because I remember Joe Rogan podcast used to talk about this.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about this and having the same sentiment. Like, man, that shit ain't going.
You think it hurts every time I go to the store and I'm like, what if I got declined? I think about that moment.
Every time you had Fridays for the 2 for 15.
All the times I was in college negotiating with the dude at 7-Eleven, what's one free hot dog gonna hurt you? Like, all would have been avoided if I would have put that money in.
This is why
don't worry, I understand.
I started the Facebook group, Crypto Community. If you want to learn anything about cryptocurrency, please join us, an active group. I'm learning from members every day. You know, just touching on different
my
things.
group too, man, because I'm part of your group. I got added to my group.
Yeah, send it to
your group. Shout it out.
Cryptocurrency news. Damn, I just changed the name. News, and it's not my group, it's my boys' group. News and media, I think. They just changed the name. I'll figure it out though.
Yeah, when you shout out, you kind
basically what you're saying is
they look over porn site.
Basically,
invite only.
Right. You can't. No. He's basically saying it's an exclusive group that none of y'all gonna know about.
Fuck y'all.
So hang in there.
You gotta have at least 20K to be part of. I'm just playing.
So y'all definitely think that's part of the future, huh? Y'all think that's
crypto investing?
It's not even.
I mean,
it's not a bubble. Remember the whole real estate thing that was going on? Everybody was flipping houses, and it was like, and then it crashed. And
you know what's happening right now? I'm telling you, it's disrupting the way our economy works right now, right? And that's the reason why it's so volatile. Is because the government try to come in and try to figure out how can they regulate something right now, and then people get scared, and then they have government shutdowns and X out certain ICOs and different companies from being able to start up and be able to trade, right? So you wipe out a lot of volume, right? So like if their government comes in and says we're not allowing this exchange in this country, that wipes out a ton of the volume that different coins might have had, which raises the value of the coin in itself. So that's what's going on right now, and that's why crypto's kind of been really volatile lately. I mean, Bitcoin is down. If you think about where it was 2 months ago, it's down $10,000 from where it was 2 months ago. That's a big drop. For 2 months. But it's
a big run back too.
It's going to We had a great run up until that point, right? It was insane. Like for 3-4 months straight, I
was looking at Lambos.
It still is going to be the gold rush. But like I'll put it this way, like the value dropping and going up and down. That's just like when let's say a hillside gets all gutted out, it's going to be down until they find the next hillside. And so when more people get into it, unless people stop dumping it, like you said, where they freak out, it's always going to go up because there's only a certain amount of coins that exist anyway.
That's true.
So the value's going to be there. It's not like you can't print them.
It's not like money. It's not like paper dollars. I can print that shit up.
It's almost like a gold standard in the sense.
A new trend that I see. I'm very novice. Pretty much anything I know about cryptos, I learned from them.
Just in case you say
same here. So,
but when it comes down to conventional investing, now that's my forte. I've invested in businesses. Actually, when like my mentors, Baltimore Angels, international group called Kiatsu, like those are the people that I talk to on a normal basis. Well, one very interesting trend that is taking place is now they're exclusively crypto hedge funds being erected.
That is very true.
Yes, crypto hedge funds. And so I know of one in Charleston, South Carolina. A very dear friend of mine started that, and I mean a bunch in New York, obviously, but a lot of them are taking place in Silicon Valley. Crypto hedge funds. So, and I mean, it's going to be a part of the future because it's already here. But I just think it's going to be even nastier as time goes on. And the difference between the old hedge funds, you know, what's that, like the one, what's the dude, Wolf of Wall Street, shit like that, is that if you're a dude like you guys that know the game and can create that online identity, you don't even need a storefront. You can literally have your hedge fund based off knowledge, accessibility, and just rake in money from like your living room. And I think that's the biggest difference. That's going to be nasty for anyone who can get down to basic coding, or if you have money to hire a coder or a website designer and host that. It's going to be nasty.
Is this something you can go to school for now? Is that something they offer in some of these colleges?
Yeah, because I'm going to need to know, because I don't know shit.
Yeah, fuck this shit I was about to do.
If anybody goes back to replay this, just don't look at my face.
If you change your current lifestyle to go back to college and learn crypto, you're a fucking idiot. There's so much free shit out here.
That's true. So you telling me I shouldn't pay someone to teach me something that's free?
Bro, I've never met anyone that was adept in cryptocurrency. I say being a crypto trader is almost like being a vegan. I've never met one of them that wasn't excited to tell you what they know.
It's an obsession, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, I just got started in crypto probably like 6 months ago, right? And I do feel like at this point I understand a lot about it. I know trends. I know how to read technical charts. But how I first got started in it, I bought Litecoin. At this point, Litecoin was already trading at $50 a coin. That's already late as shit. If I had got into Litecoin 8 months prior to that, I'd have got in at $3 a coin.
God damn it, man!
Think about that for a second. You're talking about a return on investment less than a year that you could flip 1,000 times over. Yeah, but I got in, and I got in. Litecoin got up to $400 a coin, right? So I put a small investment in early, like $300. I'm like, let me just don't risk more than you're willing to lose.
Right.
Yeah. So I said, you know what? Whatever, with this $300 right now, I'll put this in here and see what it do. It's my first run with cryptocurrency. 6 weeks later, it's up to $2,500, $300. You know, and take that money and just reinvest that in other coins, because this is a numbers game. At the end of the day, this is why I wouldn't invest in Bitcoin. You can't take $100 and even own one. Right. You can take $100 and get in the game.
Buy-in too high.
But you know what I'm saying? You're owning a fraction of one at that point. Yeah. It really is about how many of them you have. You have 1,000 of a coin that's you got it at $1 and it gets to $10. You know what I'm saying? You just flipped your money 10 times over.
Would a good analogy be like penny stocks? It's almost like the altcoins are like penny stocks.
There's some altcoins that are like less than a penny. Yeah. Like Ripple, for example. If you'd have gotten Ripple 6 months ago, I think it was trading at under 20 cents. Yeah. I had Ripple at under a penny. And I sold it because I got bored with it. I was like, this ain't that shit.
So you got in early. I didn't get in Ripple till 20 cents.
Yeah, that's what I got in.
Notice about it.
I got Ripple under a penny, and then it went up to like $1. And I was like, fuck.
So what makes y'all actually choose a coin? The buy-in amount or the trend you think that may be coming?
It's a little bit of both.
You want the, you know.
A lot of people, like what you said, they don't want to buy Bitcoin because they see that big 10 G's right there. So they're looking like, well, if it's a small, I'd rather have 10 smaller coins than a fraction of one Bitcoin.
Right.
Bitcoin or a big coin.
Bit of a Bitcoin.
Exactly.
We're going to trademark that.
Like Bitcoin Cash is like...
Understand what it is.
Right. So, so most people like, okay, I'm going to make all these gains on these penny coins. This coin is 8 cents and go to $1, which is true. I mean, in like all in December, like, it was a huge pump with the altcoins, the penny coins. But you still got to look at the coin and the actual, what it does or what it's going to be doing in the future. Because a lot of coins are shit out there. There's a lot of, like the BitConnect coin. I never invested in that shit. And that was like some Ponzi scheme shit. But you can tell, like, this is like, what the fuck?
How can you tell?
It was set up like, okay, you know, I think it was was it a mining? I think it was a mining. So, you know, you would rent a miner and they would mine the coins for you. And me, logically, I'm like, well, why the fuck they don't just profit off of their own shit? Why would they rent their miners out? If I had 12 miners mining Bitcoin or whatever, I'm not going to rent that shit out. I'm taking all the profits.
Absolutely.
It made no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, it was a Ponzi scheme. Oh, if I sign you up, I get a percentage. And I said, man, this is some bullshit, man. I've been here before. I'm not doing this shit.
Right, no. We've all sold Amway at one point now.
Right. I came to the meetings like,
Cutco.
right.
So when you said it, the name went on my head. I said, oh yeah, them motherfuckers.
But no, but back to what you're talking about. I think what people get lost with the cryptocurrency is that it's not that far off of conventional investing.
yes.
So like when you're following the trend, it's not basically guessing on a stock. Like anytime that I've invested in iRobot, Sonic Foundry, that was a fat boy moment. I just invested because I thought Sonic was gonna be big.
Then you taste their food and was like,
but my one claim to fame was when I was going to college. It was from senior to freshman year, and I saw the iRobot, right? You know the little Roomba things? Yeah. Well, in 2011, they locked down a contract. This is when you got to look on Twitter, you look on Facebook, you do your listening research, because you know that if something excites you that you read, it may be exciting to this guy, and exciting that one, exciting them. Well, they locked down a contract with Lockheed Martin, right? So they were going to use the Roombas to detect IEDs, right? I knew it was going to. Yeah, it was going to protect save American lives. It was going to be extremely functional. And if I know anything about the government, they always overbuy on contract.
Wow. Just take all the money.
Wow. iRobot went from like $12 to like $50.
That's good.
And
Damn, you alright, nigga?
Yeah.
I reacted to that, but it was good. Wow.
Yeah, and that's a physical stock. And so and that was literally I was reading like the news report before the press briefing. When other people learned that.
Let me ask you this: how long? Over how long a period did it go from 12 to 50?
I'd say. So I cashed it out in the winter of freshman year. Niggas was broke. I cashed it out that winter, so probably say 5 months, 5 months because it was the summer going in. So like 5 months.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a nasty return, and
just being aware of what's going on behind the scenes.
All I put in 750. I was broke.
What's it trading right now?
Huh?
What's it trading?
Oh,
right
it's
now?
down. Hold up, but it's not
below
like
12.
No. But like it didn't keep that. No. They still use it.
Yeah.
I took it out because I was broke. Like it
comes back.
There you go.
There was no.
You were saying being able to put money in it that you can afford to lose, and not worrying about. Just
I've heard horror stories of people.
Oh yeah, look, here we go. This is iRobot now. Remember, I bought it at 12.
That's what he's looking up, by the way. It's not porn.
So it stayed.
68.
Yeah. So it was pretty consistent. It stayed around. It stayed like between like 82 and like 55.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard horror stories of people taking mortgages out.
See, those investments, you can sleep at night. When you got a shit ton of money in cryptocurrency, your portfolio will go up and down tens of thousands of dollars in a week. To me, I get stressed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
I just lost 20
you
grand.
tune in, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But the regular stocks like iRobot, Tesla on them, I mean, if it goes up and down, like that's a great return for that. You can sleep at night. You don't have to constantly look at your phone like, oh my God, do I got to get evicted tomorrow? Or what's going on? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, when you invest in
conventional without a phone,
when you invest in conventional stocks, you go to like Google, type in the stock, and then go press news. All right, CEO didn't say the N-word today. We should be okay. we should weather this storm. We should be all right. But but even like you said about
everybody
Bitcoin,
gets some stocks.
When you invest everything in one thing, you still don't want to do that in conventional investing unless you got it like that. There's something called mutual funds, right? Right now, I have money. It's still in something called Vice X, right? It's the only.
Don't get us robbed after we leave here. I'm just saying. Say no.
Look at all the digital pockets here, right?
And see, the money is in the fund, which means I am broke.
Give me that Bitcoin.
Remember that. I am still broke.
Yeah.
So it's called Vice X. And if you look it up, it's the only thing that actually went up during the Great Recession. Why? Because it's funds of pornography, alcohol, tobacco companies. It's Vice X. It's literally like
the name.
Oh yeah, write it down. And see, it's the only thing that's invincible to recessions, because the worse your life is going, the more people looking at porn, the more people are buying alcohol, the more people buying tobacco. So, but that's a mutual fund that has over 100 companies in it. And so you have a mutual fund. You can like you said, when something goes down, you can still kind of stay even. It's not going to
diversified. It's not all in one thing.
It's not going to be as massive of a return. You're not going to get 1,000% return, but it's going to be 150. It's going to be 200%, and it's going to stay around between 150 and like 300. It's not going to be stupid, but you're never, like you said, you're never going to look at your Vice X and be like, oh my God. I lost.
What happened?
No, because if one company tanks, guess what? You have 99 that are just crushing it.
Nice. Anything else in summation you guys want to talk about? I mean, I do want you to shout out your community again, or any communities or resources. But anything you guys want to talk about to wrap this up before we get to the topics?
Everybody needs to invest. Get you some assets, and yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah, we definitely, he's right. We definitely, as a black community specifically, we got to do a better job of passing on information to each other. You know, be willing to pass on that information to each other and keep everybody in the loop on what's going on. Because that's, like he was saying, the people who got in on Bitcoin early, it's not just one person. You know what I'm saying? It's not, they're telling each other. You know, so we got to educate each other.
Each
we got to get engaged. We got to be disciplined. Okay. You play the long-term game with this investing thing. You know, that's really what it's about. If you take a small amount of money, a lot of times we blow money on so many things that
have no return,
have instant gratification,
right.
And then it's over after that, right? Mm-hmm. If we can just stay disciplined and just invest over, you know, a couple years, 5-10 years later, you look up, you know, what that investment account holds could be more than what you made in a couple years.
How about a workshop? You think about doing maybe a workshop in some of these disadvantaged areas, or maybe an online workshop to go with the theme of not even actually be there?
For me, I feel like I'm not that knowledgeable because you know my guys that I know they got over $1 million in crypto. You know they living good.
What's their names?
One of my guys' names.
I need a loan.
One of my guys' names is MK. He's I can't pronounce his real name. We call him MK. But yeah, he's the leader of that one group that I'm in. But I feel like I don't have that much knowledge because I might send somebody in the wrong direction. I can talk about what I do, but I can't give you financial advice.
Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to get sued for that.
All right, so these are not financial advisors, but you can send me your money and I'll take care of it. The boy got you. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out.
Invest in Danny List Enterprises.
Look.
I have a feeling it's going to explode. Send me your 401ks. And I guarantee something will happen.
We're going to fuck your shit up. Let's jump to topics. Marvin, you got any topics in the cup? So this one get a little crazy, guys. We tried to keep it serious and
we wanted
on topic.
Yeah.
So all the topics are now
right in the cup.
Yeah. All right. So any of our viewers that have reasonably, gotten an expectation of me, I didn't have my brush this morning, and so I just felt like I shouldn't be judged upon the current state of it.
They look pretty good. They can't
You should have done the podcast with the wave cap on.
Hey, you should have went gangster.
I was about to say that.
Hey, put a little tie in the back, a little notch.
Right? Kept doing the cut off shirt with the wave cap.
Yeah, for real, right? Yeah. Like somebody on.
Because then your last night would be like, shut up. You like, this dude's on a podcast.
All right, Marv, jump in. What we got right there? We're gonna let y'all jump off first with the top.
We have a historical moment. Danny punched me in the face on the way up the steps.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh shit.
Danny's abusive.
So we snitching now. So we snitching on the podcast. Okay.
That's what the question said. Why did you hit him?
Say no.
I thought it said who hurt you.
Weird ass question.
My bad.
All right, so we have Patrice O'Neal must have chimed in on somebody's DM or something like that. So.
Patrice O'Neal's dead.
Did it say Patrice O'Neal?
The legend.
The motherfucker.
Patrice O'Neal died of diabetic.
Well, this is a different Patrice O'Neal. Or this is gonna be a real crazy podcast.
It's probably just based on
if women didn't have a pussy, how would they keep their man?
So
this is all time.
Patrice O'Neal said, "I'll paint the picture." I didn't write that. That was probably Denzel. But I'm
Denzel, you ain't shit from Vegas.
But no, Patrice O'Neal said it in the stand-up, right? Because he was like not bashing women, but he was saying like
the value.
Like we're better than men are better than women. We offer more than women. We're more charming. A woman's never had to charm a dude. Just be there, right? And so he said, he asked the crowd, he said, what would you do if you got in a fatal accident, your pussy was gone, right? And women started, right?
Yeah, so, y'all gotta have some answers.
So hear me out. So the women started yelling out, women started yelling out, suck his dick, let's lick his balls, and another chick was like anal, right? And he was like, so I gave you guys an opportunity to tell me what you guys offer other than sex. And you described yourself as a you guys, look. He said then you described yourselves as a number of holes.
Suck a dick hole.
So that just to paint context of what that question was. Thanks, Denzel.
So
wow.
Perfect segue. Thanks, Denzel. Good. We probably laughing his ass off right now. You know,
cracking the fuck up.
So what y'all think? They didn't have a vagina. Tread lightly, fellas. They didn't have a vagina.
Y'all the married ones.
What you guys anybody married?
No.
Single.
I've been with my lady for a while.
Okay.
So we all married, but we not married.
All right. So he out here living life.
Oh, he out here living life.
I'm chilling, bro.
Chilling.
Send
partying
my man Young Dame all the titty pics now.
DM.
DM him all the titty pics.
Yeah, honestly.
No, seriously though, to answer that question though, I mean, look, aside from the obvious, because pussy, no pussy, you still should be giving them head. You know, you still should be willing to do whatever you. I love it. That's the obvious part, right?
Absolutely.
But what else can you do? Cook. I love a chick that can cook. That's seriously, cooking is a way to a nigga's heart.
Yes.
It is. Real shit.
Like
Real
preachers.
shit.
Yes, Lord.
Cook for me. Back rubs, you know, not only on Valentine's Day type shit.
Right.
You know,
And then post the shit on Instagram like you do it every day.
So she does, but remember the context of the question. She
so-
doesn't have a vagina. So the back rubs are going to be good enough for her to keep you?
I mean,
This is never leading to that.
She doesn't have it. Like,
we're not talking about me specifically.
yes, you specifically.
I mean, look, me specifically, I'm never going to marry. I'm never going to be married with a woman that.
No,
I can't
you're
have
with
sex
her. You're with her
I'm
already.
already with her.
She has a tragic accident where her pussy gets removed.
What possible tragic?
She was on a bicycle and she hit a bump
to
too
sew
hard.
it up.
I don't know. Vagina-itis. I don't know.
I mean, hold up. So
This is your motherfucking brother question.
Hold on. So
This is your family
He's
question.
a fucking weirdo.
Jackass. I know he's laughing right now like, yo, he's dumb. So,
Weirdo.
So
remember, he is the wild card.
So listen, you've been with her. This is your girl. And then now she's in an accident and she loses her.
Money caller.
Well, and then she loses her vagina.
I mean,
How does she keep you?
For her to keep me, we would have to be intellectually, compatible. Like we gotta. I have to be able to learn from her. Like I'm more attracted to intelligence because looks gonna fade away. When you get older, it's like my dick might not be working 100%. You know what I mean? I might. So what am I gonna do? How are we gonna keep us interested in each other? So I feel like we need to have that that mental bond. And that should be able to push a relationship.
100%.
do you think it'll keep you out? And that's hey, remember this is not safe for ears. All right, we have 5 men here. Is that gonna keep you out the pool? Listen, the first year was cool. Y'all had y'all little, but now that lotion ain't as warm as it used to be. And
honestly, it depends.
Same porno hub link. It's like, man,
it depends on what age I am. If I'm like,
see, that was a good point I was going to.
If I'm in my 20s, I'm like, well, shit, I can't look, babe. I love you, but I got holes right here.
Right.
But when I'm older, it's like
what's that erectile dysfunction kick in? Then it's like, well, we on the same plane.
Exactly.
Your shit don't work, mine don't work. Right. We fucked up.
Or I might get a sex doll. I don't know, babe. I love you.
Hey, sex dolls.
Look, buy me a sex doll.
Look, we get one. We gonna have him on the show, and he can say hello to sex doll. Next question. Let's jump to the next question.
Wait, damn.
Y'all ain't gonna tell you.
I know what y'all was gonna say. You was gonna say what he said.
Huh?
You was gonna say what he said. Was you not gonna say what he said?
That's
No,
right.
I actually fucked up as a host. You guys, what's your opinions on this?
All right, so
I just skipped over there, bro.
all right, so I'm gonna answer the question because that's what I do, right? And so you said to learn from her, right?
Yeah.
And you said massage envy level massages.
Massage
And
envy massage envy level
Massage envy is like fast food.
Damn, y'all about to say I like them.
Okay, so you
I'm glad
said
I didn't
like,
say that shit.
So you mean like the back alley like Korean massage?
That's just a.
You talking about happy ending?
That's just like what he said. On top of that, on top of cooking, these are all things that we should be doing in relationships anyway.
Ladies,
but if you want to know the things that's gonna keep a nigga happy, if you can do those things, if you can be engaged in what his goals and dreams are, and have your own You know,
and have your own. That's
have your own.
Please have your fucking own.
And y'all can discuss that and push each other. I think that's dope shit right there. Like, I always wanted to go build with a chick. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's something I really want to do. That on top of cooking, on top of giving niggas back rubs. Not saying it's got to be every night, but, like, you know, that shit definitely keep a nigga like, damn, yo, like, this shit is dope. Aside from, you know, sex is amazing, but it's not everything. End all be all, right? It's definitely not everything.
Yeah.
It's not the main thing that's gonna keep you in a successful relationship, for sure.
I agree. Well, I was just gonna basically kind of with it, honestly, but another thing is, like, I feel like even at this juncture, like at 24, for me to like maintain interest, it has to be a woman that I admire. You know, like when I see her, it's not like, I just want to, I gotta do that. I feel that every day.
Mm-hmm. Both heads to be stimulated.
Dude,
that's true.
You get a couple shots, anything over a 4 could get it.
Over a 4? That's his threshold, y'all. A 4.
Anything over a 4.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
What's a 4?
Hold on.
Somebody grab
I gotta see a 4.
Somebody grab us.
I got you. No. It's because you guys don't have a central rating system. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He has a.
All right. Oh, so
like
some chicks y'all be thinking is it like a 6 or 7? Is a 4 on this scale. Here we go. Face. You take the face 1 through 10. You cut the body off. Imagine there's no body. You have never had a conversation where you're just looking at her face objectively, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now the body, you break it into 2 categories. Upper body 1 to 5. Don't look at the legs. So she has, flat chest, big ass. Doesn't factor into that 1 to 5, right?
Okay.
Now you take that away. No upper body, no face, no personality. Lower body. Judge that objectively. 1 to 5, right? You add those scores. Now 1 to 10. So you add those scores. That's 1 to 5. 1 to 5 is 10, right? That's the body category. Now you take personality into account, and that's 1 to 10. Those chicks that are normally 8s on regular scales. That personality be fucking
you're right.
Up.
You ain't lying.
And so you add those up. That's out of 30, divide by 3, and you get your score.
So you came up with like a algorithm.
I like 1 second. Hey, we gotta challenge it, right? Because the scientific community should always challenge each other's hypothesis, right? Check this out. What about y'all? What if you a titty man versus an ass man? What if you like a certain complexion?
That's the thing. Because
your grading scale is different. Your 8 might be a higher 8. I'm like, I don't like that shit.
Not necessarily. So it still comes down to yours. So if 1 to 5, if a chick has like double Fs and whatever, you love tits. I don't like double Fs. Yeah, so that would probably bring it down.
I don't like them either, wife.
That would probably bring it like a 2 for me, whereas that could be a 5 for somebody else, right?
Right.
So basically, we came up with this code. I was my freshman year in college because we wanted to make sure that we weren't like leaving with trolls, right? And so we came up with this grading scale. Like, worst comes to worst, if
leaving.
Huh?
You said leaving.
Like leaving parties.
So you have time to do this whole grading process.
The bitch already gone by then. He's like, look, I ain't got time for this. Hey, stand right here, no more.
Hold on. I'll put it like this. Hold on. I'll put it this way, right? The first time you do calculus, it might take you forever. But if you're a calculus teacher, you can knock it out like that. So we knew our scales. Literally, all we had to do was pull out a calculator. Boom, boom, boom. All right, that's it. And we knew what we looked for. And so, like for me, it was the least I would leave with drunk was a 4.5. Right? That's the least I would leave with drunk. The least I would leave with sober is a 5.3. The lowest I would date was a 6.2. The lowest I would marry would be an 8.2.
Okay.
Because 8.2 is crazy hard to get in the scale. Because personality be killing the ones. Because you have a chick that was bad her whole life, she knows she can get away with being an asshole. But on this scale, it factors that shit in there, right?
I definitely like the breakdown.
Yeah,
the breakdown is definitely crazy though. Like,
I like the breakdown. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all would go home and be like,
you know how many chicks you be thinking, and even that, when you approach a chick,
come here, white.
You have that scale in your head, it brings that shit down. You think you're approaching a perfect 10, you put it in the calculator, she's 7.3. You ain't never been scared of a 7.3 in your life.
I'm gonna tell you what
we need. I'm gonna tell you what we need. We need a fucking app that can do that shit.
I was saying that, but something else you're forgetting. What if she's a sociopath?
Huh?
What if this motherfucker's a Dexter? You ever seen Dexter?
Yeah.
You can't account for it. You like, oh, she bad. This bitch gonna eat you.
Is she a sociopath?
Where's that? You got a sociopath scanner? Like, oh, this bitch frontal lobe is all fucked up.
See, here's the deal. Sociopaths, It's easier to diagnose than what you think. No, because sociopaths usually follow a behavioral trend where they're almost like social iguanas. Yeah. Right? So if they meet 3 people with varying personalities, everybody likes them because they're similar to them. Or that motherfucker was different with 3 different people. Mm-hmm. You can kind of catch that. If you you don't have to really do your research. If you had a party and you meet her for the first time, yeah, you gotta gauge off what you see. That's tough. But that's when the dating part, like if you talk about having a girlfriend, you put her on the scale and you say the lowest I'll go is a 6.4. You kind of know her personality.
Well, so it used to be an app, right? And it has like the Men in Black shit, like you put the shit in your face. Yeah. And then it scans all the way back around the middle part.
So how long will it take for you to get those ratings on a woman? Because like you said,
absolutely.
Yeah, you don't even see her breast naked. What if it's a push-up breast? Push-up bra. Them titties is wet. Yeah. You like, yeah, that's 8 titties. She part of motherfuckers out, they doing the goddamn.
She can start off as an 8 and then drop down. And you really start to get the.
She got a hairy nipple.
But that's
don't shave her ass cheeks. Don't eat ass here.
So when you first meet her, right?
Talking about
when you first meet her, you're going off objective. You're going off what you know, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why the girlfriend you have to have like your minimum for your girlfriend. You have to know what that is, right?
Okay.
Because when you start to know her, then the personality can go up, and if that personality, that's a 1 to 10 category. That's huge. If it goes down, you notice that. That's as you go. Okay. You know what I mean? And so if it drops under that, you can leave her. Okay. And you leave her not because you don't like her as a person. You don't leave her because you're just a heartless dude. You leave her because you set a standard for yourself.
Yeah.
They do it for us, huh? Ladies do it for us.
Right.
I want a guy this tall, this amount of money, this type of looks. That's true. Can't cook, pussy, trash.
If you're talking about personality in the long term, right? If you're talking like, we're grown men, right? I think love at first sight exists, but there's no such thing as girlfriend at first sight. You know what I mean? It takes a little while. And so, to get that real personality part for a girlfriend, you gotta go to her whole facts, and that takes some time.
So we got whole facts, and what's the name of this rating scale? Come on, right now, off the top. Come on, name the rating scale you have.
Oh, it's a girlfriend calculator. We've always called it that.
Girlfriend calculator, whole facts.
Because there were chicks that were bad, right? That we link up with, but you can't stand being around them if they're not naked. You know?
Yeah, I didn't. That's
what happens if dating has a hoe as a girl? What do we tell him?
You know?
What do we tell you if your shit don't work and you got like a hoe? Like, what if you do all this and I be like, yo, my man's in them ran 2-3 trains on her. But I don't want to fuck up your whole algorithm and all. Do I tell you or just let you figure that shit out?
Dude, it's your duty as my boy to let me know. Mm-hmm. You know? But
that whole
then I gotta put it back in the calculator. Because if her aesthetics are 10-10 and that personality brings it down to a 5, she's still above 6.3, brother.
Did you answer? Did you answer? We let Danny, because Danny had to introduce us, what you were talking about for a few episodes, this scaling, so I'm glad you did. We're going to chop this up and share this in the world.
Yo, I'm sorry, my feed has been going nuts.
I like it.
Double chopping it the whole time.
Oh, yours?
Shit. If they didn't have a vagina and or pussy, whatever word you want to use, what value do they hold in your life?
It has to be definitely a balance in between. It has to be a balance in between all of the above. Because you do have to be able to intellectually connect. You're still going to want to have a sexual connection, you know, and you're still going to want to have that balance and overall getting the rest of the shit done. And yeah, I mean, based off of what Dame said, you know, you definitely want to be able to give that support, encouragement. You want to be able to bring out the best in that other person. And if, you know, along the way, she lose her vagina, and you know what I'm saying?
Why is that the worst thing? Like, a bitch can lose her brain, you be like, your vagina's still there though? Pussy still functional.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able
to say lose her vagina like it was a
you still gotta be able to provide a sexual balance as well. Something that's gonna have to counteract, you know what I mean? So but yeah, you definitely want to have the rest of the stuff balanced out as well. So that if something crazy like that were to happen to occur, you know, you have some other things to fall back on. Just because she doesn't have a vagina doesn't mean that, you know, if her mouth and her hands work, she could always. If she know how to do that shit with her feet, dog.
Oh, with her feet? This motherfucker, feet motherfucker.
Until she drop kicks your nuts. Like,
some people like that shit. Some people like that.
Y'all could always be a traveling couple, right? Traveling keeps you happy, right? Yeah. And on these trips. She finds a place.
You gonna say swinging? You talking about swinging? You talking about
on these trips, right? This keeps it spontaneous because you're not doing it at home, whatever you're doing it when you travel around.
Yeah.
She offers that threesome. You can bring in that third girl.
It's a 2.5.
2.5.
It's no.
Stop it! God damn! 2.5. 2.5. Damn, that was hard. I'm gonna say what none of y'all saying. I'm actually surprised you didn't say it. What happened to anal? That asshole work.
See the way my sheets are set up.
They gotta clean it out. You gotta clean the pipe.
I'm not with the wrist.
No anal?
I'm not with the wrist.
I already know how to ask you. Like, ask me, motherfucker.
It's too much that can go wrong.
The asshole right there. Everybody fucking in the ass, ain't it?
Every day though, bro.
Hey, look. Hey, your pussy don't work no more. Hey, let's lube that bitch up. Do some yoga.
Hold on. So, hey guys, we just got a celebrity request. To rate Cardi B.
Over what's your
let me start off first. Let me start off real quick. Off your scale though. All right. Oh fuck. So you got the 3 sections: head, body, leg. What? Head, body. What was it?
Head, body, legs.
I ain't gotta go.
So
head, body. You mean
Cardi B? You mean Grammy Cardi B or like before she got her teeth fixed?
Ooh no. We can't go that Cardi B.
We gonna talk about
that's like old Nicki Minaj.
My teeth.
So for those, all right, listen. Oh damn.
I got.
All right, so for those just tuning in, all right, I'll say the scale one more time just so we get a better idea. So you judge the face objectively, okay? You cut the body off. It's almost like it's just a portrait, right? You've never talked to this girl. You've never seen her act. You don't know her personality. Judge her face 1 to 10. Body, that's a 1 to 10 category, but you split it into 2. Upper body from neck to waist, 1 to 5.
Wow, what time is it?
Right? Then waist to toes, 1 to 5. Add those up to 10, obviously. And then personality, pretend you're blind. You've never seen her body. You've never seen her face. How do you feel when she's around, or in this case, how do you feel about her personality? Like judging that exclusively.
Let me go first.
1 to 10.
Everything but the personality, 5s, 6s. I mean, her ass ain't really crazy. It's not even real. Titties ain't even real. I'm not a proponent as far as complexion. I don't care about that. Her personality, as of recent, I fucking love Cardi B, dog. She's goofy. She's fun. You seen when she was at the NBA All-Star game? She was there. That type of shit for me, and y'all know me if you watch the show, know me personally. I like to have fun, man. And it seemed like, so I give her a 10 on that. I give her a solid 9.
Give her personality a 10?
A solid 9. Off of what I know, objectively. And I don't spend everything.
That's all we know.
Off of what I know, a solid 9. She seems goofy. She seems like she got enough street. If I gotta fuck somebody up, she gonna jump in there with me. I'm an artiste. She rhymes and she's, I feel like
so
she
next grade.
So what's that all together? What's that all together? 5.
Did you sound like you were around like a 7?
A 7?
Wait, did you give numbers? I didn't
Yeah. I said everything personality she gets a 5 because it's all fake and I don't really like it.
Oh, okay. So
but the personality I give a 9.
7 points. That's 10 divided by 3.
6. That makes sense to me. So a 7 if you round it up.
You dated but not married.
Devil's number. Okay.
Well, look.
You can't really know.
Good point.
I actually seen Cardi B when I was at the BET Awards, the Hip Hop Awards last year.
Okay.
In Miami.
That's the acting nigga shit.
Right.
If you acting, you just be at the Cardi B party.
You need security?
Zoom in.
I might.
Quick zoom in. Quick zoom in.
I just look good.
So yeah.
Basically, he's gonna run.
Never.
So her body is it looks good. I mean, she has the curves and all that. But I know everything is fake. So that kind of like is a punch in the chest. Personality wise, she's awesome. I feel like I could have fun with her. We could just, we can geek all day. I would give a body wise, the titties and all that. I think about a 7, 6.5.
So 3.5 for the upper body.
Yeah. And 1 to 5.
I'm telling you.
Same thing for the bottom and the personality. I give like a 4.
Personality a 4?
Yeah. 4 out of 5, right?
No, so personality.
Damn, bro.
I'm sorry.
I give it like a 4.
Give her an 8.
I would say after all
8.
that.
My bad.
I
had the scale messed up. Yeah.
So you want to give her a 9 if you gave her a 4.5?
No, I give her 8 on the personality.
Okay, got you. And then face.
Honestly, I give her a 6. Give it a 6.
Out of 10.
Yeah, I give it a 6.
It's all right, bro. It's not saying anything.
This might calm me
They don't
out.
want. Hey, fuck it.
Fuck you. Fuck them. I ain't inviting you nowhere. So what
because you gave her. Okay, that's why it's higher. You gave her 7s on.
on
the whole body. Okay.
Because she got a curve.
I was about to say
It's just,
you
you know.
gave her 5. All right, you ready?
7. We right there.
That's cool.
Yeah, all right.
That's a 7.
What you say, D? What you say, D? What you got? Cardi B. Rate Cardi B.
You said a 10 for face? Okay, I put that down.
Nah, definitely not a 10. She cool. She get an 8 for the face.
8 for the face?
8 for
Okay.
okay.
Out of 1 to 10, right?
Yeah. No, it's your scale.
8 for the
That's
face.
good.
You know.
I hope for an 8 in the face. Little girl was baiting me. Yeah, 8 in the face is good.
You want 8 in the face?
Listen, I'll take.
Oh,
See,
we
that's that young boy shit. They always talk
We
about
also
jigging
got
them
to
off.
remember, though, we seen her in her best light 9 times out of 10. as well.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that.
we don't. I don't know what Cardi B look like when she
The
wake
silver
up
rap.
anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
You seen it? When
Not
she
like
wake
that.
up?
Not like that.
No, she had a.
But
She
like-
had an Instagram.
Snapchat.
No, an Instagram story. But go ahead. So
Oh,
upper
yeah.
body 1 to 5.
Okay.
And remember, it's times 2. So if you give her a 4, you're giving her an 8.
Oh, upper body was 1 to 5?
Yeah, you gave her 5
I
for
thought
the
it
whole
was 1 to
body. So you
10.
gave her 2.5 right now.
2.
No. 2.5.
No, 2.
2 for all of them.
2. Oh, upper body. Like upper body, I give it 2.
Upper body, you give her a 2.
Give it 2.
And lower body,
Out of 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
1 to 5.
For you, you're not going off anyone else.
He trying to think what the toes look like.
Me.
What the toes
Alright,
look
so-
like.
Right.
I don't know enough about the feet. I don't know enough about the feet.
I know you ain't even got
I'm
their
only
feet.
thinking about an ass right now. Right?
Yeah, then
So I have a
Would you
issue.
eat the ass? It's like, no.
I don't know if it's ass.
I have a, let me tell you what I got an issue with fake asses, yo. The legs.
Yeah, the legs be mad small.
The disproportion
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
Fuck.
leg size and the ass is blows.
You know it's fake.
You know
Black
what I mean?
China. What the fuck was she doing? We don't gotta talk about it. I'm
Real-
sorry.
Yeah,
real
we
I didn't even
stallions.
see it. I
I'm
didn't even
sorry.
see it.
Real stallions.
I didn't see it.
The
I heard it was
thighs-
black. Why look
The
at it?
thighs
Hold
are
on,
proportion to the ass, and that's what you really
That's a
want.
really
You know what I'm
big
saying?
thing.
That's a 5
Yeah,
on a 5.
8.
So you
Yeah.
get 5.
So where you going
So
with
Cardi
this?
B, she can't get more than a 3.
All right.
All right, so what you got?
I'll put down a
5.
And personality.
You do need a chick that's funny, that can make you laugh, that has a sense of humor.
Mhm.
I don't know Cardi B personally, so I'm not gonna pretend that I can really get into her
Well,
personality.
as far as you know.
It's 1 to 5 too, right?
Mhm.
4.
That's strong.
No, this is 1 to 10. So 8.
1 to 10.
Give
Oh,
it
okay.
8. Okay.
Give it
About a 7, 8.
That's a 7.
7, okay.
Another 7. Oh, sure.
Y'all some Cardi B loving me.
I'm not in love.
I'll go face.
I was
Because
6.6.
you never want to be the last one. He's gonna get shit on my voice by women. So fucking chauvinist. So I'll give.
As he said, be the last one. You gonna
I'll
get
give
it.
a 9. I'll give a 9 for personality.
That's strong.
Just because like I don't like the rasher part, but she does seem like a dope ass like person to be around. Like, a fun person.
Very in touch.
Not a fan of the face. She probably say the same thing. So we'll be ugly together.
Yeah.
Our kids would be beautiful.
They
That's
have
how it works, right?
They have to be. The common denominator is that we're ugly, so God
That's
would.
not all-
God
I
would
don't
do
know about
to
that,
make
but
her.
go ahead.
So that's a 9 for personality. I give her face. I give her face like a 4, bro. Because if you take away the body and everything else, I wouldn't be attracted to her, honestly. 4,
I did base this off of
everything else.
the makeup and
Yeah.
music videos and all that shit. Seeing that.
See, and that's the transgression of the law. Observance of the law is when you separate all that.
Well, I
Like
don't
you said,
I don't be on her stories and all that, so
That's
yeah.
fair. So okay, so that's right now. I did a personality, I did a face. Now her body, lower body. Even if it just looks weird to me. Looks weird.
It's not a portion.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 lower body.
Okay.
That's a middle ground. I feel like if she didn't get all the surgery, she would have been built somewhat nice anyway. Not like that, obviously. But upper body, I actually prefer upper body. I'll give it a 3. 3.25.
What the fuck?
That's how much quotes. That's how much quotes. I'm too fine.
That's a 6.5.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm true to this.
That's cool.
Divide that by 3. 6.25 exactly like the girlfriend.
So you would take it home to mom. You would take it home to mom.
No, hold on. And what does that qualify her as? Girlfriend.
A wife is a wife for me it was an 8.1.
Are you at this point in time willing to date make a girl your girlfriend that you don't think could be your wife?
Yeah, that's a good.
Because to me, there's no separation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking to like if dating is just fucking. Then that's one.
Which is just fuck. Yeah. Why are we even playing this?
You have to remember though. This was a scale created when we were 18. Right? And I have an updated scale that's more like for where I'm at now in my life, where it's based off of it's 3 scales just straight up. It'll be
based on how many books you read a month.
So aesthetics falls into one category. Right. So it's 1 to 5 for face, then 1 to 5 for body, and then it's purpose, ambitions, and personality. Personality is, do you want to be around this person? Ambitions and purposes, do you admire this person? And like, what do they do that motivates you? So it's a different scale. That's more of an updated scale. But if we're going off of my 18-year-old scale, where it's like, yeah, I'll bang her, or yeah, I can see myself dating her. The biggest difference is if you're at the 6.2, right? That's personality took the hit. Then there's a possibility over time she can prove herself to be an 8.1. It's tough when the personality is already a 9. Yeah. Because there's only so much she can do. Now, if you're with a 6.2 who's physically a 6.2 because she's a bit maybe overweight or she's a little skinnier than what you'd want her to be, she can also grow into that higher range. And so that 6.2 can become an 8.1 depending on a variety of situations. So you just gotta be mature about that.
So you girlfriend range. Give us your Cardi B right.
So 1 to 5 for face, 1 to 5 for upper body.
No, it's really not that hard, guys.
I'm not making sure. You've been thinking about this shit since 18. We just heard this shit. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna kill it. This new to us.
So it's 1 to 10 face, 1 to 5 upper body, 1 to 5 lower body, and then 1 to 10 personality.
Okay, so face, I'm gonna say probably 6.
Okay.
Upper body, I'm gonna say 4.5.
So
I mean, hold on, wait a minute. That's 1 to 5.
Everything's multiplied.
Let's say damn near perfect.
So I'm gonna do the 3.
Okay.
For the upper body.
Okay.
Lower body, I'm gonna have to say maybe a 1.5 because I don't really do fake ass shit. Like,
okay, 1 to 5.
1.5.
If I don't know and then I find out, I'm be pissed because I'm an exercise enthusiast. So I believe that hard work is the best thing for you. So if you feel like you want to take the short route, I can't do that because I'm willing to take the long route in general. So sorry, I'm passionate about that shit.
And personality 1 to 10.
Personality 1 to 10. Shorty seems like she dope as fuck. So I'm gonna say 7.5, 8.
Which one?
8.
8. All right, we're sort of rounding up. All right.
That shit saying crazy. That shit saying crazy.
Divided by 3. 6.16.
All right, so we all girlfriend range pretty much. Yeah. She can meet one relative.
Right.
and one cookout. She get one cookout, one relative.
And it's not the mama.
And that's it. Not the mom. It's like the third cousin.
Yeah, it's got to
the
be.
fake cousin. This next topic. So we got 15 minutes left. Let's do at least maybe another 1 or 2 topics.
All right, so
thank you.
We're gonna go through these.
Yeah, I don't share that with everybody.
Thank you for objectifying women with that stuff.
Right, he doesn't share that with everybody. Because look, you know what? Last time we asked him about this shit, he was like,
"Yeah, he was
I got this
guy."
We like,
we're coming a little mean or something.
We gonna find out.
Listen, because the girlfriend calculator, I think it's like
I'm just letting you know.
It's like a sorcerer's stone. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like the person who's wielding it has to know that there's a certain amount of power because you can get real arrogant when you go to court people, and that's the bad part. So if a chick was like a 9 in your head before, and maybe you look at yourself as a 6, right, or you look at yourself as a 7 or 8, and she's a 9, you're like, damn, she's bad as shit. How do I approach her? But then you put her in a calculator and she's like a 6. You don't want to treat anyone like a fucking 6. And so it really depends on like the wielder of this type of like calculator to be mature about it.
You know what's funny though, and I want you to jump right into it because you were giving me. But how many times have you been with someone of the opposite sex and nothing? You didn't want to be there. It was a blind date, and not even just the moment. It's made them that much bigger than what you thought. Maybe they didn't look that good or the personality wasn't as good. Do you think that's ever going to be a thing that maybe you do all these calculations and it doesn't really add up? Either it's still a bad situation or it's terrible, and then
it's perfect or something.
Yeah, like damn, all that just changed everything.
Well, yeah. So like, I'm embarrassed to say that over the course of my college career, we like perfected the scale. Oh shit. So stuff like that. There's automatic qualifiers. So
my god.
So like if they say like if you have sex with 2 threes, it's like having sex with a 6, right? Well, we always say a threesome, if we're rating experiences, a threesome will always have a +2, right? So if I told you like I just had sex with this girl and on paper she's an 8, like yo, that's what's up. I had sex with 2 threes. It's still like you had a threesome. You know what I mean? So the prestige that comes with having sex with 2 threes is the same that comes with
whoever your date is in 2018 gonna be like, bitch, you better not be scared of me right now.
Right.
This motherfucker like,
let me ask you this.
Stand up for me real quick.
Let me ask you this. Chick watches this, right? Later on down the line.
It's gonna be rough for this guy. It's gonna be rough for this guy.
Oh my god.
And she says, she goes 4 or 5 dates in and says, I want you to rate me right now. Are you gonna do it?
You a damn fool if you do. I'm sorry, continue.
This is an easy question.
Lie, nigga.
No, it wouldn't be the behavior of a gentleman to rate a woman to her face. That's rude.
She's going to continue to press you. This is called a relationship, sir. See that girlfriend say, what do you mean? Tell me. Yeah.
So at that point in time, is she disqualified now that she wants to know what she's rated on the scale?
Yeah, that's already automatic.
You say, is she disqualified? No,
is that bitch canceled?
No, because you can simply avoid that. So, because that's a double-edged sword. Let's say she is a 9 on your scale, right? She's like this, unicorn or whatever, right? You should have already been, if she's your woman, you should have already been treating her like that regardless, right? Now, what if you do that scale to her and she thinks she's a 9, but on yours is an 8.3, but that's a wife material for you, right? You love her. Yeah, she's the shit, but she thinks of herself as a 9-10, right? Now you have that argument every single day.
Oh, my God. Damn.
Yeah. So the best way to do it is
that.
whether she's rated high in your mind or rated, regular in your mind.
Lie.
Don't no. Listen, a gentleman also doesn't lie. There's no point in having a conversation.
Killing it for everybody.
A gentleman doesn't lie.
Boy, you making it. Listen. I got a sister who ain't born yet. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. Get that last question out real quick.
Well, no, because that's a baby. So
yeah, we're gonna wait.
That did not just happen.
Wait for it to grow a vagina. Continue.
All right, so,
my God.
Go ahead.
All right, so girls versus guys, burping. What is that? Farting?
Okay, so this is the middle school edition.
Let me
Not
say
safe careers. What is that?
Middle school.
All right. This
was your question.
A summation. So,
really, you put that in the cup.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you how it goes. We've all been in a relationship, right? I'm married. He'll never get married because he's fucking scaling him at the first date. But listen, burping, right? You meet a girl, she bad, but relationships with y'all, people get more comfortable. The veil starts to. They started wearing that silk shit, the little hair wrap, the granny underwears pop out.
No shit.
When do you think it's appropriate?
I don't want to see the granny.
No, Lord, you don't want to see it. When do you think the burp and or the fart is cool to introduce into a relationship? How many months? Ooh. Real simple question. We ain't gotta get real philosophical.
Yeah.
Just
I'm trying to knock out another question after this one.
I'd say about 3 months.
3 months.
If I can, I can take a shit in front of you, then we cross that line. She with the door open, she walking there, grab a toothbrush.
Yeah,
hey babe, what we eating tonight?
Okay. So, at what point is a blumpkin acceptable to ask for?
Oh, I don't do that.
Hold on, I want you to tell us what a blumpkin is. You tell us the burp and fart. How many months, and then you gonna tell us what a blumpkin is, you motherfucker.
I don't have a time frame. I think it's more you just gotta base it off the vibes and how y'all interact with each other.
But how she know that?
Might not be the same with everybody.
What if she got for you? What if she really got a fart? This is also some of what I went through, right? My girl waited for me. Thank you, baby. That's why you got married. But
oh shit,
it's real talk. She did farted a month earlier. Rap season.
Damn.
But for you, like, how would she know? Like, damn, I really got a fart. We in the movie theater. I don't feel like going to the bathroom.
Really
I've been talking to him now for 6 months. Baby, I got a fart. Is that cool?
Yo, we adults, right?
my G. So that's cool.
I mean, at the end of the day, like
it's a soft one too.
I said 3 months.
It's a soft one. It ain't
You
a
said 3 months?
one of those.
Those are the worst.
I mean,
God.
Mm-hmm. That's really testing.
Whistler.
Oh, Whistler.
Shit.
when you having sex with her, when you're done, sometimes her pussy gonna fart.
Oh, that's a different fart though.
I know that obviously.
Ooh,
I'm not
yeah.
I'm saying I'm saying the sound, right? Like if you're basing it on that, like we adults in as well. Like,
You see that lady? She cool with it. Come on, fart on this nigga.
no, I'm not Charlamagne, I'm not Charlamagne.
We say that. First of all, real quick, what the fuck is a blumpkin? And then give us your scale.
All right, so you know what?
I know what it is.
So basically, this is what a blumpkin is, right?
Oh Lord.
And before you ask a follow-up question, I'm not asking.
Okay.
I'm not answering. So a blumpkin is when a girl gives you oral sex while you're taking a shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
Why would you want that though?
I didn't know why I wanted it, and
Oh, you got it?
I'm surprised she said yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I really hope you got it. I said, please tell us.
I'm real talk.
Yeah.
If a chick ever felt comfortable enough to tell me that was something that she had done in her past, she's
Done.
automatically disqualified.
After you do it to me. After you give it to me first. I'm going to get it good. You can't. You already kissed her.
You can't recover from
No,
that.
but listen, you already kissed her. You already probably fucked her. So now you got to at least get your head sucked. Your dick sucked while you was shitting. And then you dismiss her, right?
No, I ain't even in it that long at that point.
Oh, you just want to kick out?
I already looked.
I'm going to get my dick sucked while I'm
In
fucking
theory.
shit.
Yeah, all right. Anyway,
That's an automatic.
This on you, motherfucker.
listen, ladies. Next Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
Put a pillow next to the toilet. No, I was kidding. Okay, so for farting, burping is whatever. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Day one.
It's whatever. Honestly, it's not even just about being comfortable with herself, but she's comfortable with me. She's comfortable with herself, and she burps. I mean, if it's like at the table, no cover, then I'm like, this is not a chick that I can take places where I need to be of high esteem. You know what I mean? You know,
it's a Sonic. It's a Sonic shit.
No, you can't wear $1,000 suit with a burping chick at the caviar station.
Or you can. When you filthy rich, they don't give a shit.
But I'm not.
Right. We're trying to pretend here.
When I'm meeting people that are, so I can be there. That's not a chick that, like, if we go to an event like that, I can go to the bathroom and trust her to be an ambassador for me out there.
Oh, she gonna fuck this shit up. What about farting?
Farting depends on if we go to Mezcal.
He got a fart safe location. I ain't never going to Mezcal with your ass. Him and his girl light that shit up.
If we go to
Friday.
We go down to DC for up U Street for Taco Tuesday. Like what?
Light that shit up.
What can I say? You know what I mean? Don't sit there like, hey yo. Like I'll blow me.
Well, just real quick. A cool in and out is okay.
Yeah, I care so much more about it's the way you know it when you feel it. You know, if she's a nasty joint, you can tell between a nasty joint and one who just had to get one out.
Right.
That's a different feeling. Like if she's like waving it at you, yeah, she's gonna have to Uber home. So,
Maul, what you say, Maul? What you say, Maul?
I say
for burp and fart.
I say burping. I said that's definitely it's. I mean, both are just natural human things. So, I mean, technically speaking, you can't tell somebody, I don't want you to fart around me. But for me, yeah, it's going to have to take a couple months. Like, by the time, like, if I'm spending the night or something like that, like, it took my wife, it took her a while before she felt comfortable enough. You know what I'm saying? So,
she better.
And
that's why she wife.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. But, yeah, burping, anytime, it doesn't matter. But farting, yeah, I say it's got to be extra comfortable.
All right, so
last drink.
If you want to look for a fart taker, I'm just saying, hey, I know somebody there.
And ladies,
what you got, Mo?
Ladies, if you're afraid your man's gonna leave, he'll never leave after a bumpkin.
He won't.
No, Lord.
What we got, Mo? Last one. Let's wrap it up.
All right. So, what the fuck is LeBron doing?
All right, so I'm going to step out of this because I don't even watch basketball. Basketball players and or lovers.
Oh, hey, wait, no.
What the fuck is LeBron
actually,
doing?
no, but since no one knows what the hell that means, actually, ask that one question you had about if he wins, yeah.
I don't watch basketball, dude.
Does anybody here watch basketball?
I mean, I watch the playoffs and the championship. That's it.
Okay, so quick sidebar conversation. Okay, I guess next subject. You don't watch basketball either? So no basketball, no basketball.
Let's pick
no
another
basketball.
You watch basketball?
Yeah, I'm alone on this one, bro.
I'm a Pelicans fan, so that kind of disqualifies me.
I got a top. Let's put another question out. I'm sorry. We're gonna learn some.
Sorry. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Use the best. That's the ball. It goes in the hoop. Is it the swing?
It's a touchdown, right?
Touchdown.
Yeah, that's what's
field goal.
Yep, exactly. Field goal. You get
all right, so we're just gonna say it. This is the hot take of the week.
You got another question.
LeBron James, the best player of basketball that this world has ever seen.
I agree with you. I also don't watch basketball.
I'm a LeBron fan too. I just only watch him when they get in the playoffs. That's all.
I love his hairline.
Oh, nice.
Perfect hairline. I model my hairline.
Get Adrian to hook that up.
Listen, it's not safe for it's exclusive. See
Go
the
ahead.
dome.
What's the last question?
All right.
I like my handwriting. Probably a terrible question.
No, that's cursive. Oh, no, that's print.
How do you feel about the impact of the Me Too movement in the future?
Oh, we hitting them with a heavy hitter.
That's how we going
Me
out.
Too movement. Where it's gonna take
I know the best way to take
Feminism.
this. I know the best way to take this, right?
Not from you, motherfucking scaling.
The brother that's headed to Hollywood.
Headed to Hollywood.
Okay. Ruin your career right now.
Right now. They watching sad cars. First of all,
I don't want to sound stupid. What is the Me Too movement?
oh, you fucked up. You ladies, you see this? What is that?
Okay, like the Harvey Weinstein and like all the actresses that were saying that they
yeah. What was the question?
Okay, the question is how do you feel about the impact of the Me Too movement in the future?
Oh, are you aware of the impact of what's going on?
Oh yeah, I've seen this shit firsthand.
You watched them do that to
No. I've seen. That's what I'm doing. I've been on set to where.
trying to set people up, yo.
That's why you said that they met like man.
I got you. I ain't let you go out like
My
that.
lawyer's I've been on set where I seen lead actors have that power over everybody.
Oh, wow.
Crew, the cast, the background. And they use that to their advantage, I seen that. Personally, I mean I know a couple people that, told me some story. I'm not gonna put their name out there. But it's been happening for years, decades, with technology improving, like the hidden cameras and shit, I think it's it's gonna be more private. Like they're still gonna do that shit, but it's not gonna be. They're gonna be more selective of who they do it with. You know what I'm saying? Is that what we're talking about?
I feel like no. I feel like
the impact for the future.
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna keep doing it, but they're just gonna be less open with it. Because I seen some shit where Terry Crews gave an interview.
Yeah,
and it was I think it was like
he's a male actor, by the way, if you don't know Terry Crews.
Right, and he was getting like molested by like the a lead agent in like Hollywood. Right,
he a big dude. 6'4".
What? You hear about that?
Yeah. Terry Crews allegations, not so much tied to the Me Too, but just these Hollywood shits.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still say it's.
And in the entertainment industry, the music and the film industry, there's so many gay dudes. Like everybody, you would not even know. Yeah. So they get you in a room and then they do the. You know what, man?
Mm-hmm. You like that new role in Tyler Perry?
Got some nice eyes, bro.
That's right.
No, that's how they.
It's like that music industry too. It's very the A&Rs and they're very cliquish, and you realize like,
mansion parties and shit.
Yeah,
like, what's going on in this room? But yeah, it's always gonna be there. I do feel like people are bringing it to the attention of the masses, so it's helping, but it's just gonna go on forever, man. That's my personal.
What'd you say, D? Me too.
How do you feel about
I'm not educated on the movement.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
Do you not like?
I'm learning about the movement as we speak.
Okay.
So I'll give my answer. Maybe my answer will maybe like give some context to you.
Rate the Me Too movement.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, Nick.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, dead man walking right now. Say no.
Oh yeah, I might lose a sponsor. So I'll put it this way. I think that the long-term effect. I don't think that. It's hard. It's hard to try to word this in a way that doesn't have me on CNN apologize.
Just word
it. If I ever do anything. So I'll put it like this. I'll say that there's a seeming to be a ceremonial witch hunt of people especially men, right? Whereas in there's a story about Aziz Ansari. Did you guys all hear about that?
I know about that. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a perfect example. So he meets this chick at an award show, shows her no time of day. Obviously, she means nothing to him. She seeks him out, gets his number. They start talking. They go out to eat. They get drunk. They get drinks. They go back to his house. He, pulls his shit out. She gives him head. But she's saying, like, in this article she wrote, that she was giving him non-verbal cues that she didn't want to do it. Right?
Hints that she didn't want to do it.
Then that she didn't want to do it. He said he he's giving her head and all this shit. And she was butt-ass naked, right? And then she said she didn't feel comfortable. He said, okay, we're done then, right? So she's still naked. They're sitting on the couch. He pulls her head down. He pulls her head down because I don't want to misquote her. He motions down for her to do it again. She starts giving him head again.
It's a big part of the story.
It
happened multiple times.
Yeah.
She was never forced
or
physically coerced into doing it.
And so she said that he motioned down again, and so she was giving him head, but she didn't want to. She was like, I thought he got my nonverbal cues. I didn't want to do this. And so long story short, he tried to have sex with her a few times, and she kept saying no, and he never ever like physically forced it. He was like, okay, and then he put his they were both butt ass naked. And he kept motioning down. She kept doing shit, and then eventually she said, I just want to leave, and he says, okay, bye, right? And then she texts him and says, I really felt uncomfortable and forced, and he texts her, hey, I'm really sorry if you felt that way. I had no idea, right? But then she posts all this. And now he's getting dragged through the race, dragged through the fire as a sexual.
You get that far to the point where you naked. And look, this is not me trying to be a dickhead or a jerk.
Chauvinistic pig.
Definitely.
An asshole.
Sensitive, trying to be sensitive to the topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hearing the way you just broke it down, literally just now, she's naked, he's naked. She's giving him non-verbal cues.
She's aware.
Right? Getting naked is not a cue.
To do this.
You want
that's like
right.
And apparently he didn't undress her. He suggested she gets undressed. He was like, take your clothes off, and she was like,
pretty much.
I guess she looked at him like, is this the non-verbal cue if I don't want to do this?
So back to that witch hunt you were talking about, the trend of you seeing.
So that's the Me Too movement. It's just women.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
And I think we talked about this last night. Remember, I think. Somebody had came out in support. When we were watching Dave Chappelle's special, somebody had came out to support the Me Too movement. It was like, the Me Too movement. There's a lot of dogs out there. This is wrong. And then feminists started like attacking this dude because of one time, like in like the 90s, when he grabbed someone's breast, and now where you would have had a powerful male ally, you threw that away to try to attack this dude for something that happened in like the 90s. It wasn't like he grabbed her breast and like assaulted her. It might have been a fan. He was feeling himself on the red carpet. It's not okay. Yeah. But if a dude's gonna be an advocate in 2018 for you, you shouldn't be shitting on these guys.
I would think it's kind of obvious though when a woman is uncomfortable with you making a move. Yeah. At least in my life, in my own past experiences, if something was uncomfortable, I didn't feel. Right. It was like, all right,
the vibe. You can just catch the energy. Real
quick. It's not like, okay, we making progress. She's continuously getting naked as I'm supposed to be like falling back. Right. I don't know.
Continuously.
Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
She may not want to pee. You
know what's crazy?
The balls.
As you're taking a shit.
Look,
God damn. Ladies, this is comedy.
No, I mean, women play a lot of games, man. I was with a woman one time, and we were in a bed, almost half naked. I got my boxers on. I try to make my move, and she stopped me. I'm like, cool, whatever, boom, kick it. I leave. I don't do nothing. The next day, she texts me like, why you ain't have sex with me?
Oh, I hate those.
I said, I
hate those situations.
This is what she told me. She said, there's a difference between a real no and a play no. I said,
no. See,
the way the lawyer told me.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. No.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's like what Louis C.K. said. Louis C.K. said he had a girl, like a waitress, and she said, why didn't you just take it? And he was like, well, if you wanted me to be aggressive, I could have. You just told me.
Tell me that shit.
She was like, no, I wanted to feel real. And he was like, you want me to rape you on the off chance you like this shit? So fuck that.
There's a way to interpret the difference of like if the no is really no or if it's like a play no. Yeah. But there is no way for it to feel real. Like, you can't have both.
Even a play no is not admissible in court. Mm-hmm.
Real shit.
No, Your Honor. She giggled when she said
giggled,
that.
right.
Listen, she says no. I already have the car started.
I'm good.
You know,
Real good.
I don't play those
We
games.
family from there on.
I listen. She swats my hand. It's not to go back. She swats my hand. I'm like, it's almost like
right into it.
like the robot, like whoop. All right. Yeah, I don't play that
women,
game.
they have the court in their favor. You know, like child support, kids, you know, alimony, all that shit, and it's like they're gonna use that to their advantage.
Yep.
And they offer money. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Men, we can't do that. I can't be like, well, Rihanna, well, she made me eat her pussy. Can I get like, you know, 5 million? Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. Like women, like they're looked at as victims. You know what I'm saying? And men, of course, were stronger than women, but they use that shit to their advantage. You know?
Do you think it's a swing of the pendulum, meaning that for decades, if not a long time, has always been in the favor of man and masculinity, and now they're almost overdoing it in a sense to try to swing the tide back in their favor or a medium they think.
I would say in terms of societal pressure, there's never been a worse time to be a masculine man. I mean, a
black
dude.
man. You're a white man, you can get away with it.
Well, honestly though, I would say if you're speaking purely objectively, there is an argument from that side that there's never been a scarier time to be a white male because they can't say shit.
Look at Trump
right now.
No.
They have no card to play.
We're not talking about
the victim minority card.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about the white billionaires that can pay for their own campaign. Like he's obviously an exceptional. I'm saying like your regular white male, for the most part, can't say shit with that unless he looks in the mirror and says, "I don't give a fuck about the backlash I get from this." At least we can still throw some jokes out. You know what I mean? We can still speak objectively about race. We can still say some things that are prejudiced and not worry about losing a Nike, dealers. A Nike deal where it doesn't work that same way. But as a whole, as men, it's dark, man. Shit that used to make you like a Casanova or a Servan or like a master seducer, courtier is a pig now. Yeah. And I think, and not just a pig, but like in legal courts, very liable. If a dude was like, "Hey, damn, you look good," about 10 years ago, that's cool. Damn, you look good. So that's all that I offer. I just met you, sweetie. Like I don't know, like the chicks always say, like I want a dude to compliment me for my personality and for my intelligence. Your shirt stops here. All I saw was titties. And now if you walk around with your degrees, we can talk about. Oh, you said, biomedical engineering. Okay, well, let me Google what that means and start that conversation. But on a regular basis, it's very tough to be a straight man who's masculine in 2000. It's tough.
Oh yeah,
it's tough.
What'd you say, Marv? How you feel about it?
I feel like the impact. I think is, for the most part, it's gonna eventually balance itself out because I think that us as males, from past history, have gotten away with that masculinity. So I respect the women who have that courage and power to step forth. Now, for a woman who's doing it just because she feels like she may gain something, however, that is very disrespectful to a whole man's livelihood. In which, in turn, that goes back to me thinking about the rape allegations and false rape allegations and stuff like that. Like, that's the one thing that if you're gonna do it because you need to do it for closure. Don't do it because you feel like you can be a part of this movement, because ultimately you're gonna be destroying somebody else's life. Yeah. So I feel like the impact, as long as it has the impact to encourage women to become stronger, I wholly respect that. If there are other women, or guys, whatever the case is, if somebody may not have that right or specific, don't be afraid to go against that person when it comes down to it. Because if, for instance, I know that somebody is doing something wrong, I'm going to speak up about it. Look, I understand that you may have some, but that right there, that was on you. Be able to correct that person at the time of their wrongdoing. So that Me Too movement, I highly respect it. But don't let it get too overplayed, because then that's when it starts to more so like it's trying to take away the masculinity of men. So, the future's gonna be deep.
I like it, man. So Not Safe for Ears, episode 5. We want to thank our guests for coming on. Fuck Denzel. Everybody say fuck Denzel real quick. 1, 2, 3. Fuck Denzel. In his house too. Damn, in his house.
Fuck your floor.
Let's do it.
Hey, y'all about to spill this wine right on the cup.
We recap the guests. Give y'all your name and handles and everything, and maybe the communities you guys want to promote.
Wesley. You can follow me on Instagram. West410. WES 410. Yeah. Thank you.
Believes in aliens. Shit. So do I.
Dame, you can follow me on Instagram, Young Boss Dame. DAME.
And shout out your crypto community
on
Facebook.
Crypto community on Facebook. Join if you want to learn anything about cryptocurrency. We active. We daily. We trying to get everybody engaged. Crypto community. Just search that on Facebook.
Buy Litecoin. Buy that shit right now.
I sold all my Litecoin.
Oh,
all right.
I mean,
you guys want to close with anything?
7 of them.
Shout out your handles.
You know, like I said,
right,
I'm in this shit for numbers. I got like a couple thousand ripples, a couple thousand trying to get in other shit. I can make stretch further than 7 of 1. You know what I mean?
All right. Danny _lifts. Danny.
Strong as shit. 500-pound club. Y'all see? Look at this page. That motherfucker strong.
I seen that strong.
Motherfucker strong. Say it again.
Strong.
We say, Marv. Give me your handle.
MG2_fit. Fitness enthusiast. Personal trainer. Make sure you catch up with me. Shout out to everybody out there who's been watching, tuning in. Make sure you catch us out Spotify, SoundCloud. Make sure y'all gotta check out these young bosses over here. Actors, cryptocurrency, Muay Thai boxing, Danny List Foundation. Make sure you check us all out, man.
Dancing Bear.
Make sure y'all subscribe. Click the links in the bios. Check out the Instagram page. Not Safe for Ears as well.
He that nigga on the Oscars, right? Just read their whole goddamn.
I gotta give credit out, man.
He said, "Man, they Santa Claus, motherfucker." My great grandma on the
I want to make sure they know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure they catch up with all of us, man.
Listen. Nikki Nick spelled with a K. If you guys want any kind of personal Muay Thai training to look like you know how to fight, I can help you with that. If you can't fight and you a bitch, I can't help you with that. But if you want to look like you know how to fight, holler at me. This is Not Safe for Ears, episode 5. Whoop! I think we done, guys, huh?
Sure.
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap that motherfucker up.